Amazon just announced some major moves to prepare for the fourth quarter that are going to affect your ability to sell on the platform. We're going to discuss changes to the IPI score threshold, we're going to discuss changes to ASIN quantity limits, and we're going to talk about how your July removals could be affected by these changes. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Manny. This is Manny's Book Bag. Like many of you, I just received a very important email from Amazon. It turns out that Amazon is getting ready for the fourth quarter much earlier than normal, and they have made some very important announcements that you need to be aware of if you don't want to face any limitations as far as your storage limits, and you definitely want to know before you start going too deep in any one ASIN. Before I get started, I want to say thank you for all the continuous support that all of you have given my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I highly encourage you to hit the red subscribe button, and while you're in there, turn those bell notifications on. By doing that, YouTube's going to let you know every single time that I put down a new video so that you don't miss anything. Now onto this email, because this email is going to have a very immediate effect on the things that we do. Starting with the big one, the IPI score. The Inventory Performance Index score is the score that Amazon uses to determine whether or not you get unlimited storage. And they will actually limit your storage if you can't meet the minimum threshold. Currently, the minimum threshold is 450, but what they announced today is that that minimum is now 500. If you have a score under 500, by August the 16th, they will be limiting your inventory storage throughout the rest of the year. It's not a quarterly thing anymore. It's going to impact you for the rest of 2020. So be warned, you've got 1 month. And obviously it's the same three things that we can do to increase our IPI. Our sell-through rates, sell more stuff. However you got to do it, whether it's fixing your prices, whether it's repricing more often, increase your sell-through rate. Amazon doesn't want your stuff sitting. The second thing that you can do is if you have excess inventory, make sure that you attack that. Also, if you have stranded inventory, make sure that you're handling your stranded inventory and make sure that you're taking care of your unfulfillable inventory as well. Take care of all that stuff, get it out of the way. That's the low-hanging fruit. That is the best way and the most tried and true way to increase your IPI score over time. I also want to take note of something else that was announced in that email, and that has to do with ASIN quantity limits. I know that many of you, myself included, we go into other categories into the fourth quarter, and it's very important to understand that Amazon, even though you may be able to sell something, may put a cap on how many of one item you're able to send in at a time. Is it going to stop me from buying really good selling items? No. But it's very important to know that before you go too deep into any one ASIN. Just take that into account and understand that if you go 100 deep into something, which I do regularly during the holidays, it's super important to understand you may only be able to send 20, 25 at a time. They're basically going to determine how many of those units can go in, and how they go about it, anyone's guess. The third thing and the most immediate change that's going to affect you, because they have announced that beginning on July the 14th, they're giving you a free removal period. It is limited time, so don't take 2 weeks to do it. As a matter of fact, Tuesday, July the 14th is the best day to do it, not only because this is limited time and you don't want to procrastinate, but because if you've held off this far, you may as well get free removals for the month of July as well. Just be aware that along with any free removal that's ever happened, the stuff that you remove out of this free removal is not going to be eligible to send back in FBA. You're going to still be able to sell it merchant fulfilled, but just understand that probably through the end of the year, this stuff is not going to be eligible for shipping back into the warehouse. So there you go. It's very, very important to keep up on this communication because some of this is extremely time sensitive and is going to affect your ability to sell on Amazon. But here's the question of the day. What is your current IPI score, and do you feel that the 500 IPI score minimum is going to affect the way that you sell moving forward? Go ahead and put that in the comment section below because I'm only in the 550s myself. Well, that's all for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see me make more videos like this one, please remember to share, like, and subscribe to support the channel. If you haven't liked this video yet, give it a quick like, and if you're not subscribed, tap on that book bag right there. While you're in there, turn on those bell notifications so that YouTube lets you know every time I drop a new video. Until next time, let's go make some money.